What's legal, but probably shouldn't be? Price gouging for basic medicine that is cheap and easy to produce, e.g. insulin and EpiPens. Yes dude, my sister have diabetes and insulin is very expensive. If our country's healthcare didn't pay for it, we would certainly go bankrupt. The way insulin is produced is actually cool, genetically modified bacteria. But that doesn't excuse the price gouging. Devices tracking your location and suggest items you only talk about. IDK about you, but in Germany this is illegal unless you gave permission, which you can withdraw. I thought this was similar in the US. Am I wrong? Or are you protected by law from your government spying on you, but not from companies doing the same? Edit. Thank you all. This is very informative. I had no idea. A while back, there was some controversy after Target predicted a fairly young girl was pregnant based on changes in her purchasing and started sending a bunch of pregnancy ads and whatnot to her at her parents' house where she still lived. Naturally, the dad got pretty pissed off that they would suggest his 16-year-old daughter was pregnant, but they were right. Companies don't even need to spy on you to infer extremely valuable information from things you do tell them. And that was just a department store. You can bet your ass Google and others have a hell of a lot more legally acquired data, combined with much more sophisticated software to process it all. Frankly, people should be more concerned that they can figure out the kind of shit you talk about without having to listen to you at all, than wondering if they're really sifting through a bajillion hours of phones rustling around in pockets just to catch an odd conversation here and there. AI probably gets it wrong a lot, but this story stands out because it got it right in that case. When I start searching crochet patterns I get ads for dentures. I know I've gotten ads for baby things from monitors to diapers to strollers and I wasn't pregnant. Using your kids as YouTube props. It astonishes me that they haven't made a law preventing child exploitation on social media yet. Yes, I cannot stand mummy bloggers / influencers either, parading their kids and shoving cameras in their faces their entire childhood. To unskippable advertisements on a video. Fuck YouTube. This is a solved problem. On laptops / desktops install either Firefox or Chrome, FFX preferred, and then install uBlock origin link com/ and check the filter lists for ones that apply to social media / advertisements. You won't see any more ads. On Android, install Firefox for Android and do the same things as above and watch YouTube stuff through the mobile site youtube.com instead of the YouTube app. On iOS devices you're kinda boned. Tough luck. You can try installing a Raspberry Pi with Pi-hole link net on your network and point your network's DNS queries there. It can help a bit, but it probably won't completely solve the problem because YouTube will pipe the ads to you through an HTTPS connection. On Android you can also download NewPipe. It's just a YouTube client and no ads. Plus if you'd like you can add your subscriptions to NewPipe. There's also YouTube Vanced which I have used for a while and continue to use. Very good and you can still sign into your account. Hell yeah. YouTube Vanced is a shit. 100% at free. Can sign in. Can lock your device and the video will still play for music. Honestly unless you're the rare breed that watches the ads to support channels then I really can't see a reason to not have this. Advertisements for prescription medication. I have never considered walking into my doctor's office and saying I know you prescribed this medicine, but I saw a commercial for another one during Wheel of Fortune. People must do it otherwise they wouldn't keep making commercials, but it seems nuts to me. I think part of what spins me up is that the advertisements, in the best case scenario, are helping people lie to their doctors to get pills they don't actually need. As frequently as the ads play, you can go in, parrot the symptoms, and ask about a particular med, and you could very well get it. Maddening. Payday loans. Never heard of it. What is that? It's an American thing, where you pay a company and they give you your payday check early. Some also do title loans, where you surrender the title for your car and buy it back over several payments. Of course just like payday loans, the interest rates are insane. It varies by state but some are over 700% interest. Oh damn that's scary. Lots of people get stuck in cycles to where they only get paid by payday loans because the interest debt has accrued so much that they have to pay them. Then they start using other places to survive or pay off other payday loan places. I believe there are websites where you can pay a few dollars and search someone up and find out basically everything about them. You can do it for free too. You'd be surprised at how much info is publicly available. Holy duck, there are a lot of people with the same first and last name as me. I've scrolled through over 100 Facebook profiles with my name, and I still can't find mine. I think I'm safe. Try adding your state/city. Typically if someone is trying to look you up, they know a little bit to narrow the search. I once tried to apply for a library card at my neighborhood library, but I found out that someone in my postcode already registered for one with the same first, middle, and last name as me. Ads for medicine that go through the benefits nice and slow, and then when they get to the side effects they speed it up to like 100x speed. Get this now and never have a cold again. Will cause diarrhea, death, and explosions. And explosions? Sold. Speaking to someone in the restroom, either at the urinal or in the cubicle. Politicians lying. Every single one of them should be under oath at all time during office. Don't think that will change a thing. We already have numerous ethics laws that are violated all the time, with almost never any punishment. Hard to punish when judge and jury are friends with the violator. Remember the Ukraine or Russia investigation when like a UN ambassador or something blatantly lied, and when it was found out he lied he was asked to, and did, change his statement? Clickbait headlines. Winds of Winter release date, apostrophe, Winds of Winter, the long-awaited 6th book in the popular fantasy series A Song of Ice and Fire, is expected to release in approximately 100,000 years. Sweet. I'll put a reminder on my 102,020 calendar. Mandatory overtime. At first my idiot hockey loving ass thought you meant OT in hockey, and I was like no actually OT is way better than the shootout, apostrophe. But yeah, mandatory overtime at work is ridiculous. MLMs. Posting people's private info on the internet. Blue murder. Yeah, I really don't get how MLMs are still legal. The only difference between an MLM and a pyramid scheme is that an MLM sells products and a pyramid scheme doesn't. What exactly are they doing that would be illegal though? Plenty of things prey on stupid people. Pyramid schemes are illegal. That's why it doesn't make any sense that MLMs aren't. Money in politics. Politicians in general should be working for minimum wage. Serving your country is not supposed to be an opportunity to become wealthy. That would make it worse. At least with good wages those in the middle class or lower can run for some sort of office. If you make it a minimum wage job you can guarantee the only people running for office will be the independently wealthy, and then you get paid so little the incentive to not take bribes just plummeted too. Yeah, you pretty much just get guaranteed corruption. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. In India you can legally abuse men, physically or emotionally, as the law only protects women. All the men's right activists are ignored and no one even knows about this. Same in Spain. The chances of a woman being condemned for abuse are ridiculously low. That's a situation ripe for causing men to take matters into their own hands. Mental child abuse. CPS doesn't take children with mental abuse. It isn't fatal enough. But I've almost died from both mental, many thoughts of death, and physical, whole body weight on small child abuse. My parents told me mental abuse isn't severe. So either it's another twisted thing they do to stop me from trying to tell people, like trying to normalize abuse. I'm not sure if they did this, but one of my parents isn't abusive and one is. That abusive one said non-abusive parents are very mean and hit and threaten them. But non-abusive parent tells me they always cared for them and never hurt them. And when I meet their parents, they are super nice and caring. It all adds up. They can't tell me it's the annoyance of me growing up when they've nearly killed me at least once. So, my answer to the question is, mental child abuse. Is it legal? I don't think it is. You can search up some related laws that apply. It's usually a de facto legal, because CPS usually doesn't pursue cases involving it, unless other factors are involved as well. It's for the same reason the IRS audits poor people more. They can't afford the lawsuits against anybody else, so they don't bother with most cases, unless liability shifts to hurt them more. Physical abuse tied in with it. Google Play chucking all of your legally purchased albums to YouTube Music. Getting an old service shut down, so you don't have a proof of purchase history, and then have the cheek of playing ads over your own purchased music, and losing the ability to stream to Google Gone Speaker on free account. That's why I don't pay for individual songs. TBH. Pay to stream. Pirate to keep. The amount of companies allowed to pay no tax due to loopholes. Hollywood accounting for starters. Lobbying and government being so intermingled as well. YouTube putting ads on videos that didn't want them and not giving them any money. Yeah, I can see someone dying and professional help is minutes away. So the only help they have looks up how to do something and boom, 2 apps and the person is dead before help gets there. It's guaranteed to happen sometime. YouTube is honestly stupid. They are pushing for 3 ads now. I believe the point is more that YouTube plans to insert ads into literally all channels, even smaller ones that have not agreed to monetize. This means that YouTube gets to make money off of their content without obtaining permission first through advertising, while not paying the creator for it. Driving a car indefinitely after passing your road test just the one time. It's not legal in some states in the US after a certain age. Geriatrics have to go back and get eye exams and tests. Torturing neighbors with home karaoke. Very common in my country. I mean, they even open wide the door. Excuse me, who the duck want to hear? There's a man who's sick of this and throw gas bomb to his neighbor house. Recently happened. My neighbors constantly have huge get-togethers, even during the pandemic, and blast the loudest, most obnoxious ducking music in the world until 4 AM. Apparently someone really deserves to get their house on fire. If my speakers weren't little cheap quiet speakers, I'd return the favor of volume every day, but alas, they can't be heard. Mobile game ads. All misleading ads are banned now, but the ones that bring you to the App Store when not pressing anything should be illegal. Soda. We should all be drinking water instead. We got you, homie. Knowingly spreading disease. That is not legal. Spreading HIV is totally legal in California. Game platforms, such as Steam, can revoke your access to any game whenever they want, because it's part of the agreements you make by joining their services. What would cause them to do this? Bankruptcy. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Bingo. Apocalypse happens and Steam has to shut down. They are basically forced to have this clause to avoid getting sued for hundreds of millions of seeked refunds, which Valve only ever got 30% of. I have never seen them use it yet, however. Even games taken from the store can still be freely downloaded as long as you own it. Having a sale that lasts weeks, months or forever, closing down 80% everything, then 1 week later they open again and the game starts again. I don't know the legality of this, but when I was a kid, there were 2 toy stores in my town. They had the same prices, but one got their via sales. So one would sell a Lego set for $20 and the other would sell it for $40, but it was always on 50% sale, so it cost $20. Seems like a scammy trick and probably illegal. Definitely NAMBLA. It's like a safe haven for pedophiles. You mean the North American Marlon Brando lookalikes? No, the North American Manboy Love Association. Oh, they're in the next conference room. Trapping people into buying something. Yeah, somebody can say that you just got to have your eyes open while buying it. Sometimes it's just unnecessarily frustrating. Targeted ads / marketing. They have so much info on us, and they relentlessly market products to us. Based on our profiles and psychology, we probably lack the free will to resist some of it. It's almost brainwashing. The gay / trans panic defense law. It's legal in 39 out of 50 states. Also conversion therapy. I'm not sure how many states it's legal in, but I know it's legal in most states. If you don't know what the gay/trans panic defense is, search it up. I'm not the best at explaining things. Scalping consoles. If you make a profit and don't report it as income, which no scalper ever will, that's tax evasion, which is illegal. Something I watched the other day was pointing out how they are also violating price gouging laws in a variety of areas. So yeah, scalping, at least this kind, is illegal. Now it comes down to enforcement. Having a 16-year-old and a 70-year-old date, because age doesn't matter. Yes, I believe it does. Smoking anywhere in public. As a non-smoker, I'd rather be able to avoid the stink. The age of consent is as low as 14 in some European countries. Think that's ridiculous. In America, I think there are some states where anyone can marry a 14-year-old with the parents' permission. I hope these laws change. No child should be getting married, especially since this law is used mainly by child predators. Telling lies on television to undermine a legitimate election. If you won't claim it in court under oath, you shouldn't get to say it on TV. Lawyers repeatedly making false accusations should be disbarred. Children getting gender change operations. A kid doesn't even know what they are going to want a year from now. How in the duck are they going to make a gender change decision? The only reference I can find about this happening is the Texas case from October 19th. However, there was never an operation, hormone therapy, or even a plan for therapy. The argument was actually about the mother permitting the child to dress cross-gender when they wanted to. Are you referring to something else? The felony murder rule. Basically, you can be convicted of murder if you commit a felony and someone dies while that felony is taking place. Sometimes courts will apply it, even when it's pretty absurd. There was one guy who robbed a store and the shop owner had a heart attack shortly after the robbery. The court decided that the robbery caused the stress which caused the heart attack, so it was murder. In some states, felony murder is a first-degree murder charge, so you can get the death penalty, even if you've never pulled a weapon on someone. The rule isn't dumb, it's just too broad in scope. The idea is that if I break into your house with a gun intending to rob you, and I end up shooting you, the standard murder laws would call that second-degree murder. The felony murder rule just says that I may not have planned to kill you, but I knew that bringing a gun to rob you was very likely to end with that outcome. You are allowed to instruct people, including posting a YouTube video, on how to do things such as pass a gun through a metal detector or make a bomb. But what's illegal is actually going ahead and doing it. Information should never be illegal. I only agree with you as far as non-personal information. Learn whatever you want about the world, but the doctor still shouldn't be able to talk about Joe Schmo's humongous genital warts. Having an abortion because the baby isn't the sex you wanted. Never heard of that before, but holy, that's really messed up. Hey PSSST, please subscribe and like.